ESPN. Let's do some over-unders here. Looking ahead to the playoffs, the odds courtesy of DraftKings. Alan Hahn, Lakers round one matchup against the Rockets. LeBron James, 25.5 points in game one. We go over or under?
I'm going over. He has to. He also has a week off. That's good for the old bones. I think he knows he's got to have a big night.
See if he can get it going in game one. Hey, Tim McMahon, who else needs to get it going? If the Lakers are going to steal game one, give me one other player who has to play big for the Lakers.
Dominating. DeAndre Ayton. He ain't no Clint Capella.
There we go.
Look, he's got to be the best big man in this series. Not just better than Capella, he's got to be better than Alperen Şengün for the Lakers to have a chance to win this series without Luke and Austin Reeves.
We've talked about this series plenty. Again, the Lakers are prohibitive underdog. Let's get to the next one. Nuggets and T-Wolves. This has become a great rivalry in the NBA. Alan, the number for Jokic on combined points, rebounds, and assists is 51.5 in game one. What do you think?
I think he might not need to be over on this one, right? I think like the numbers could be there, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So I'm going to say under, not because he can't do it, but I don't think he's going to need to do it against this team.
I just wrote down 26, 15, and 12 goes over.
Yeah.
So
15's a lot.
The under there is an interesting one. Shump, give me an idea here. We got Jokic on one side, we got Ant on the other. We got teams that seem to have, and I appreciate this, a little genuine dislike or at least acknowledgement of a rivalry here. How do you see this? Give me a look at this thing here as far as this series.
I mean, as I look at it, one, you're never going to stop a Jokic, right? But one thing that I would like to see done, I've never seen anybody guard him and stay true to just reading his passing lane. Nobody's ever taken his vision away. And we found success sometimes against Golden State where we took Draymond's vision away to where it just discouraged him going to his hot spots of where he wants to throw the ball to make things happen. I think that Jokic has been able to freely survey the field just because people are begging to get the ball out of his hands. So allowing him to pick you apart can't be good for anybody. I think if they make the offense go through their guards, make their guards have to do more decision-making, it could be a success story for the Timberwolves.
Minnesota.
That's why they use Gobert as the free safety against him instead of one-on-one, because they throw guards at him and then they let Gobert take away the vision last minute when he's about to make that decision.
That may be the best first-round matchup we have. Or, sneakily, maybe it's the Knicks and the Hawks. This is a really interesting series. Alan, Jalen Brunson's total in game one, which will be Saturday at 6 p.m., is 27.5 points. We go over or under?
Yeah. Now, he averages 30 points a game in the playoffs in a Knicks uniform. So you'd want to say over. But you know the Hawks are going to trap him and take the ball out of his hands. Dyson Daniels going to be all over him. I'm going to go under. I'm going to say in game one, knowing the game plan and what it's going to be, someone else and some others are going to carry most of the offense. I think he's going to have a higher assist game if the Knicks are going to win.
So, Tim McMahon, I've had a lot of people over the course of the last couple of weeks telling me Atlanta is dangerous. This is a dangerous team. This is not who the Knicks wanted in round one. For the longest time, it looked like it was shaping up for the Knicks to play Toronto. And then at the very end, it flips. How do you see this series, Tim McMahon?
Well, listen, Cat's got to show up. Cat is always going to determine the ceiling for the New York Knicks. You know what you're getting out of Brunson. What are you going to get out of Karl Anthony Towns? And this should be a series for him. One thing the Hawks don't have is a lot of front court size. Cat has to be aggressive. He has to be involved. The guards, the coaches have to make sure that he's involved, but he's got to deliver. If he does, then the Knicks ought to be able to win this series.
Shump, this is a Karl Anthony Towns series to you?
For sure, man. We got to let the cat out the bag. You know what I'm saying? It's time to let the cat out the bag. Don't let the cat get your tongue. Hey, listen, what has to happen, though, I think early on, they have to believe that they're going to Cat. Like, we need to see it game one. We need to see it game two. We need to know that this is going to be a healthy diet. I can't have it to where we're just using Cat for one moment in time. Like I like for him to know that he's a part of this, because when he feels like he's a part of this, and you've seen it, it's like it's contagious for everybody. But you get a lot more out of him.
Just touching the basketball, doesn't have to be shots.
Sometimes it's doing that, and that becomes a thing that makes him go to the board. He's going to the offensive rebound more. He's trying to be involved a little bit more. He may not be backing people down, but he's turning his back and surveying the field. Like, it's things like that that have to happen.
So if the Knicks lose the series, is it a catastrophe?
Oh! I see what you did there.
What you were doing.
Epic proportion. Vinny Goodwill sitting in that chair yesterday said on this show he thinks there is more pressure on the Knicks than any other team as we begin this playoffs. You work with the Knicks, for those who don't know, you do the games and all that. Do you think do they feel that? Do they feel that pressure? The whole world is expecting them to get their shot at Boston, and they got to get through a tough first round first.
Oh, no, there's no. I don't think it's external pressure, though. I think it's internal. I think they know it from day one, from the start of training camp. They started the season in Abu Dhabi. They were the first ones on the court in the NBA season. And they knew it from that moment forward that this season is all about getting that next step to the NBA.
Yeah, if they're looking around that locker room and they're not feeling that pressure, then there's a problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
If y'all are looking around and y'all don't feel like we're all supposed to be in the finals at the end of the year, then that's the problem.
They've been talking about it all year, Sean. Internally, all year.
We'll see if they can get it done. One other thing I wanted, 13 in the final 10 minutes in this game, outscored the Clippers by 18 the rest of the way, 11 of their points coming from Steph. We mentioned Kawhi Leonard had just 2 in the fourth. Those on a layup with 16 seconds left and his team down by 7. Give a lot of that credit to Draymond Green. And, you know, we talked about this game a little bit earlier this morning, and as I've had time to think about it, Tim, here's what I think. As you get older, you get more sentimental. And there's something about seeing, like, you never know when you're going to see something for the last time. And I don't know, maybe this is the last time. Steph Curry and Draymond Green have been putting on these shows for us on the biggest of stages and doing it about as well as it's ever been done in the history of the league for a very long time. So to see them do that last night, Steph to go nuts in the third, Draymond with those defensive plays, something about the sentimental fool in me felt awfully good watching that.
It's absolutely something that should be savored. And look, this is a 10 seed. It's not a title contender. They're not going to be able to do that on the biggest and brightest stages anymore, but this was the stage that they had. And as Steve Kerr said, that was competitive will and legends, pillars of a faded dynasty doing what they do best. This is the best shot maker we've ever seen in basketball. One of the best shows we've ever seen in basketball, Steph Curry. 35 points, dominating the second half, bringing his team back. And then Draymond Green, one of the best defensive players we've ever seen. I'm not sure he's ever played a more dominant defensive quarter. You heard Kawhi Leonard say it was hard even to get shots up. Kawhi didn't score in the fourth quarter until a garbage layup. And think about that last minute for Draymond, okay? The dribble handoff, setting Steph up for the go-ahead shot. And then 2 turnovers, just creating complete havoc, sealing the game with his defensive effort. This is Draymond Green, another glimpse of greatness, showing why he will be in the Hall of Fame alongside Steph Curry.
Absolutely. Let's have a moment on that here. Draymond, he's a controversial guy because of some of the on-the-court antics and some of the things he says sometimes off the floor. People don't like it. But the reality is the basketball fan in me appreciates so much, and you were touching on it a minute ago, Shump, and I'd love it because you've been on the floor actually dealing with it. He does everything but score. Yeah. And there are so few NBA all-time greats who do everything but score. Dennis Rodman comes to mind. That is a comp that you hear a lot. What's it like being on the floor when Draymond Green is playing his best?
Well, he's a madman. We talk about Jokic doing it all the time where he gets the rebound and then starts to break away.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just that little bit of time to find the guard is enough time for us to get back and set our defense. Draymond completely erases that from you. So you have to run back like a madman. You have no time to attack the offensive glass. It changes the dynamic a lot. But when we talk about Draymond, you just made me get sentimental as well because I feel like for the integrity of the game, I have been forced to hate them on the other side, going to plenty of battles with them. But the natural basketball competitor in me hates the other side, and they have been giving us performance after performance, series after series. They've always held high in standards of the integrity of the game. Right. I know Draymond gets a lot of slack for it, and Draymond, I know you do, but we do appreciate what you do on a day-to-day. I'm dead serious. It's great to see you stick up for other players around the league, talk on different subjects. I think he's done a great job.
And then Steph, I mean, what else can you say? Some people said he should shut it down.
Yeah, you said integrity of the game.
There you go.
That's what those guys did last night. What Steph Curry did, what Draymond Green showed you, and maybe the next generation in the NBA.
There we go.
This is how you do it. Because they're not going to go on a run, right? We know Steph's knee won't allow this to happen. We understand where the Warriors are right now. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that a great team like that, with the core of guys who have won championships, can't still show the NBA. When it comes to postseason, this is how it's done. You play hurt. You're available for your team. We don't talk about a player who needs to rest. Can you imagine this? That Steve Kerr had to say after the game, let's celebrate a guy who was told you shouldn't play.
Yeah.
Sit it out, call it a season. You're not going to go on a run anyway. Save it for next year. And Steph Curry said, can I walk? Then I can play. And that's what you're supposed to do in the NBA. And we need to celebrate that more rather than talk about sitting out and not being available for your team. So that's what those guys did last night.
So it was on a stage that mattered.